Hello and welcome back. I'm Jakaya Fire. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I'm here to make it even better. As always, you want Tom Nook, I give Tom Nook. But we have a fun one today, a bit of a different one. I thought let's engage in something a bit more deep. We know what Tom Nook likes to do at night, but what does he like to do during the day? What about if we build a more emotional connection to him? And that's what this story is, and I will present it to you now. Enjoy. Tom Nook X Reader by Cotton Dash Candy Dash Skies, spell SKYZ. This one your mother's involved, not in that way, hopefully. Okay, so we are chilling at home. Our mother is at work, safe and sound from whatever's about to go down. Okay, Tom, of course, comes knocking on our door demanding bells. But in this story, he is very rude, okay? He's already rude, but here he reaches a new level. He says, I don't have all day, bitch. We start to explain that we promised, but the bills are just expensive and we have school. He says, enough of the excuses. You have a week to pay me. Boom, slams the door. He's not playing around. We are starting off strong. Your mother didn't take the news well. It's Friday at this point. Tom threatened you on Sunday, so you have 2 more days before. I don't know what he's going to do. He came at you very aggressive, so I'd be scared. I'm not surprised. Shoes off, you notice. Hold on. There are more pairs of shoes in the house than normal. Curious. Your mother calls you and says, come have a seat. You walk into the living room and guess who's there? I bet you'll never guess. Mr. Tom. Why is he here? Your mum starts saying, you remember how I couldn't pay off the debt? Yeah, you've been stressing about it all week. Obviously, I remember. Well, Tom said he'll take something else instead of all the millions and millions that we owe him. He only wanted one thing. We're like, wait, what does he want? And your mother doesn't tell you. She just says, I agreed. And we're like, so what did he want? Your mother says, you. No way is your mother pimping you out. Oh my. It's like that. Mother, I'm a student. How old are we in this story? This is a crime. We're like, you're not actually going to give me away, are you? Your mother starts saying, I'm sorry, but, since your dad died, I have been struggling. I don't have any choice. Bitch, I'm mad. We're screaming, I hate you. We used to love our mother. We used to look up to her. Now we can't even look at her. We start to run to our room. We want some space to process what our mother's just done. But nothing's there. All our stuff is already packed up in boxes. She's made up her mind. She's pimped you out. Your mother said, I'm taking up a new profession. You are my first employee. This is a good chapter name, anger. So we spend the beginning of it just being angry, crying, punching walls, causing a ruckus in our room. And we start to think, I know that she didn't have a choice, but she could have spoken to me at first. No, she did have a choice. I'm pretty sure she had a choice. Maybe not though. We saw Tom's aggression in this story. Maybe I'm victim blaming. Maybe we should support the mother. Someone starts knocking on the door. Is it your mother or is it Tom Nook? Of course it's Tom. He says, you're coming with me. Get ready. You have 5 minutes. We start shouting, I hate you. I hate you so much. You've ruined my life. And then we start crying again. We're in an anger, upsetness cycle. We're going through the 5 stages of grief right now. Tom, at this point, is silent. That scares us. Tom is never silent. Tom is noisy. His soft but clearly angry sigh filled the room. How do you produce that kind of sigh? That wasn't soft though. I had an element of a growl. Maybe I just cannot produce that. Tom has the facilities, I don't. Next thing he does, unlocks the door himself. Don't know how he does it. So he's unlocked your door and starts grabbing you by the arms. You start screaming, saying, let go, let go, let go. He then turns his head to you, saying, stop being such a brat, and slaps you around the face. Maybe your mother didn't have a choice. I'm scared right now. We start crying. We're like, don't hurt me. I'll listen to you, please. And then he just sighs and bends down to your level, being like, do you think I want to be horrible? Don't say I'm making you like this. You are a aggressor. If you don't communicate with me, you'll be punished. That is the threat. He says, do we understand? We nod. He says, good. We're going home right now. What a freak. Next chapter, Timmy and Tommy. This is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Or maybe Beauty and the Beast was a retelling of this. We don't know what came first. We cannot judge. So we're driving to his home. We're silent because we're upset. It's a bit awkward, but we just have to get this journey over and done with. We're thinking a lot though. Why did he want me? He says, we're here. We step out the car and at this point, we're scared of any of the consequences we might face if we disobey him. I'm not surprised. I am quite terrified that I'll get slapped again. He starts walking us to a small cost cottage. Of course, he doesn't want to spend the budget on this. So we start walking up. It has a beautiful garden. It literally is the Beauty and the Beast castle. Timmy and Tommy are there. And they jump off the swing and into his arms. Tom calls us and says, come on, you should meet them. And we walk forward. We're so happy. We introduce ourselves. We're giggling. And we're you know what? If these two are here, maybe it won't be such a bad life. And now we're already happy. The Stockholm Syndrome has kicked in not even an hour in. So this is going well. So Tom gives us freedom because he is a very kind and reasonable man. Raccoon man. So he allows us to walk freely around the cottage. However, we are not allowed to leave. That is the only condition. But we're really upset. We miss the library. We miss Blathers. We miss the Able sisters. We miss everyone. We even miss our mother, even though we're pissed at her. It's a complex situation, as you can understand. Very delicate emotionally. So we are currently just deciding to stay in our room. We're not showering, we're not eating, we're not doing anything. Why is Beauty and the Beast literally a copy of this? Word for word. Including, I can't stand the sight of that sick fuck. You can't tell me that wasn't a sentence from the OG. He's trying to tell us that he didn't have a choice. Okay, sir. We're just so pissed. We're he runs everything around here. What is he even talking about? It wasn't his choice. Please. The reason we're here is because he can't take no for an answer. So he is a liar. And this author actually writes such a poetic sentence. The raindrops get to be free until they hit the ground and then they're just stuck like me. Why is that so deep? That hit me. The next chapter is Cake and Tears. Can you guess what the occasion is? It's our birthday. But we're not happy. We don't have our friends. We don't have our presents. We don't have a cake. We have tears. We don't have the cake. So we just go into bed again and try and sleep. However, we wake up to the sound of someone walking around in our room. Tom Nook is there in quite a jolly mood saying, happy birthday. And he's brought us a cake. A chocolate one at that. And we're why is he being so casual and nice? Weird. Unlike him, right? But we're still pissed. We're he thinks that this is going to make everything better. No, sir. We're screaming for him to get out. We don't understand why he's not leaving. He started asking us if we're okay because we're spacing out, because we're angry. We're spacing out from anger and thinking a lot of these thoughts he's actually so delusional if he thinks that we're going to play along with this. He tries to touch our shoulder. We're get off me. I told you to get out. But then he grabs our arm and pulls us closer. There's a dark side to this man. Watch out. And he says, so he's grabbed our arm, pulled us to him. I thought he was going to still play up this nice guy act. No, he tells us, I told you to watch yourself, bitch. He drags us out of bed and to where the cake is. He says, you're gonna eat it and you're gonna be happy with it. You're lucky you got anything. Okay, so what happened with the whole thing? I don't have a choice. Yeah, you sound good. We're crying. We're we just want our life back. He's stop crying, eat the cake. I don't get what you want. I'm giving you a cake. What's your problem? Eventually, he gets the point that we are just depresso. So we just keep crying and he leaves with a sigh. We are quite an inconvenience to him, sadly. How dare we? We get woken up again, but this time by little paws of Timmy and Tommy. They're wake up, we got you something. And they give you a little gift, which is poorly wrapped, but it's a gift from the little cuties. I love them so much. Oh, and they got you the gift because they heard you crying and they want to cheer you up. We open it and it's a small blue box. And inside the box is a tiny tea set, a notebook and some colourful pens, which is amazing. Now we don't just need to stare out the window. We can do some drawing. We can, play tea parties. We love it, and for the first time in a while, we finally smile. We don't actually know how much time has passed. And I think it's because the author had a break between the chapters, but nevertheless, we do get a knock on our door after a questionable amount of time, after our birthday, and Tom is telling us that he made us breakfast, come get dressed, and go to the kitchen. We oblige, we know what happens when we don't, and we are in awe. The table is complete with multiple dishes, pancakes, waffles, French toast, porridge, fruit, everything you can imagine. And we're like, what? Why? This is too generous. You've been so kind to us already. But he starts giggling. You are right. I've been too harsh for you, so this is my apology. Which is fair. You know, I understand he slapped us. I understand he pulled our arm, called us a bitch numerous times, but he's made us breakfast and chuckled. So, suddenly he's also very empathetic. He's like, you know, I understand. It must be so stressful for you moving away from your mum as well. What an empathetic king, to be honest. This conversation gets interrupted by a knock on the door. Tom says, I'll answer. You guys stay here. Guys, because Timmy and Tommy are here as well, of course. Minutes pass by. We start getting curious, so we start trying to eavesdrop a little bit. And we hear a woman's voice saying, please, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. We look around and it's a pink dog crying, saying, I didn't mean it was a stupid mistake. But he looked by it. He wasn't even looking at the dog. And he just simply says, you should leave. The dog is crying even more. Please, I came here to make it better. Don't avoid me. It was 2 years ago. Now his gaze is unempathetic. He has switched. I said you should leave. Now, please. Why is he being so nice? I love how my standards have dropped down in the stories. I'm like, wow, he's actually saying it in a nice way. She calls him an ugly bastard and runs away. He sees us and he's like, oh, yeah, she's an old friend. Brushes it off, basically. Let's just get back to breakfast. So we do, but we're like, suspicious. That did not seem like just a friend. But we've lost our appetite, so we just go upstairs, listen to some music, write in our journal, and then go into the garden and just have a chill day. Okay, we're getting towards the end. We wake up around 12 p.m, which is very strange for us. This is late. But Tom's woken us up. We don't feel good. Our head is pounding. We feel flushed. We might be sick. Tom comes in with a tray of food and says, oh, you're awake. That's good. He's being so caring. He helps us sit up and places the food in front of us. On it is a warm bowl of porridge and a cup of tea. We say thank you, but we're so sick. We're like, thank you. And then we're just like shakily trying to eat the porridge. And it's nice. We have some tea. The tea is also nice. Surprise, surprise. We start thinking, wait, does he actually care? Because we realise there's like a hint of lemon in the tea, which is good for a sore throat. Is there some character development in Tom? But we're like, no. He's only doing this to win us over. He cleans up the food, comes back to give us cool wet towels onto our forehead whilst we're sleeping. Timmy and Tommy come in, give us fruit, of course. That makes us feel a little bit better, always seeing them. And then finally Tom comes in the evening with potato and beef stew. I don't know what comes over us, but we decide to grab his arm and we're like, please, stay. He nods. He asks if we're still mad. We're like, duh. I like Timmy and Tommy, but you kidnapped me. He said, it wasn't even my idea. I would have just taken your furniture, but it was your mum's idea. Mum, what the hell? Give our sofa. We don't need it. We'll sit on the floor. What do you mean you're giving me away? We're saying you're lying. Tom's like, no, I wish I was. Why is he victimizing himself? He's like, I don't want to take you. I wish I was lying. You could have just refused the offer. You could have said, thanks, but I'll take your TV, thank you. We tell him to go away, basically, because we don't believe him. Again, we get depresso. We start throwing our food. We're like, no, he's a liar. He has to be lying. Why? If our mum's already given us away, it's not that much of a stretch that it was also her idea. We decide, let's prove that Tom is a liar. So we manage to sneak out. We find a little hole in the hedges in the garden. We run away. We go see Mabel. Mabel's so excited to see us and gives us money for a taxi fare to go home. By the way, Tom at this point is collecting rent from people, so he is not at home. We're going to end on a cliffhanger. I'm so sorry. We're going to have to wait together for the next part, but We get into the cab, and luckily, because Tom appeared just then, so we just got away. We arrive at home, start banging on the door. Our mother opens it. She's like, "What? You're back? But how?" And we just start screaming, "Is it true?" She's like, "Is what true? Did you suggest to Tom Nook that I be offered up instead of our furniture?" Our mother doesn't want to answer. She's just like being quiet and nervous, but we keep screaming, "Tell me, is it true? You know we were low on money. I had to pay back the loans." We're like, "But you could have sold the TV. You could have given him our armchair. We can make do with the sofa. Let's give the armchair away, okay? TV, we'll just read some books." Our mom's just crying. "I'm sorry, please forgive me." But we do not have any room for forgiveness. So we close that door and run out. And that's where it ends. Oh my gosh. And if that is not a setup for Tom Nook love, then I don't know what is. I will tell you how this will go, okay? Mark my words. She is going to be like, "I hate my mum." Goes back to Tom Nook's place and finds sympathy for Tom, because it's like, you know what? Fair, like, my mum is the problem here. It's not you. You just accepted something. You had no choice. So, thank you. You are a good person. Slowly, they'll start bantering and giggling, and then we'll get the spice, which was missing so far from this story. And that's it for today. I will keep you updated if the story has any more update, especially the spicy ones. I love how I said, "Oh, let's change it up, build an emotional connection," and now I'm complaining that the spice is missing. I'm rotten. And my brain is rotten. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this story. What do you rate it compared to the others? I would love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed, subscribe. I'll be bringing more stories as always. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.